Comparing yourself to others is a trap. It's an absolute trap. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone. The cards you have dealt are not bad. There is no bad hand. You cannot be dealt a bad hand. Because what you are living through and your experiences you have and the people in your life are all exactly what they need to be. They're exactly what they need to be for you, for your particular journey on your awakening at your level of consciousness. They're exactly what they need, and they're exactly what you need, and they're exactly what was always going to be. Remember, everything is exactly how it was always going to be. You can't change anything. And you couldn't have changed anything that you thought you messed up in the past. You couldn't have changed it. Because it's a particular lesson for you to learn. And someone who's rich and successful, get rid of that word. There is no successful. There's no success or failure. Remember, there is no success or failure because we're not looking at the result. Do your work and step back. Do your work and step back. Such a poignant phrase from the Tao Te Ching, right? We're not doing our work. Anything we're doing, we're not doing for the result. We're doing the work as a means to get to God. We're trying to be present in the eternal present moment of God's love. That's why we're doing the work. So there is no success for failure. Forget about it. So we don't need to compare ourselves to others because where you are is exactly where you need to be. So there's no rich person. That rich person, that person's richer than me. They wear better clothes than me. All that's a game, man. All that's a mind game. It's all ego games. You know what I mean? It's all lower self games. None of that matters. Rich person doesn't mean a rich person is having wealth or money does not improve your quality of life. It is unequal. Money is not equal to the quality of life necessarily. Obviously, having a base amount, right? But yes, again, we don't need to worry about any of that because everything exactly what we need is provided exactly when we need it, right? We don't need to worry about any of that. So if we're struggling with money or we have that sense, we need to, the answer is always the same. We got to get back to our present moment. We got to focus on the purification and everything will line up. The higher we raise our vibration through purifying our temple and through meditation, things like that, the automatically we will attract higher vibration reality, right? So we don't need to compare ourselves to others because you're on your own journey. You're on your own journey. It does not matter what anybody else is doing. There's no better or worse. There's no good or bad. You just got to observe it all, right? People are doing what they're doing. Everybody's acting. Everybody's caught in an act. Most people don't know they're actors. And that they need to step back from the play. You got to step back to the center of the circle. Step back from the play. You got to stop actively playing in it. Stop actively playing in the play. You got to stop thinking. Some people, that's a new concept to them. Stop thinking. What? What do you mean stop thinking? Literally, your goal is to focus on staying in the present moment by focusing on your breath, going in and out, focusing on your abdomen, going up and down. That is a way to meditate. Just close your eyes. Keep them open if you want. I don't care. Do whatever you want. You can meditate however you want. There's no rules. Do whatever you want. Try different things. See what works for you, right? But that's what stop thinking means. And the goal is to go as long as you can, as often as you can, not thinking. Because that is the divine present moment of God's eternal love. Right? The present moment. That's where it is. That's how we have the divine flow through us, and that's how we become a vessel for God's love. That's what it's all about. We're trying to be a vessel for God's eternal love by staying in the present moment and letting God work through us to ease the suffering on this plane and to raise the vibration of the planet. At this point, until we break through the vibration of this planet, and this planet is just off the charts awesome. And then we can maybe pursue other planets. Who knows? You know what I mean? There's no limitations. I'm sorry I can't make short videos. I tried. I know a lot of people would prefer short videos. But everything's connected, you see? This is the problem. This is the problem. There's no separateness. Separateness is an illusion, right? It's an illusion. That's duality. That's what we live. That's this physical plane. There's no separateness though. Everything's one. Everything's one. Everything's the one creator. Just spread out in these fractal experiences. So, what are you gonna do? Everything's connected. You gotta relate it all, right? So that's it. That's the goal. Staying present. And when you do that, we're not comparing ourselves to others. We don't care. I don't care what anybody's what they're dressed. I'm going to talk a little bit about my state of where I try to view things, right? I just don't care. That's why I'm making these videos. Because I don't care. You got to not care about positive or negative or what other people think of you. Other people's opinions are a trap. You're their prisoner. If you care what anyone else thinks about what you're doing or what you're saying or speaking your truth or being yourself, then you're their prisoner, because you're going to act accordingly to to their opinion. You're not going to be your true self, right? If we dress a certain way, then think about this. So if you do things differently because of what you think someone's opinion is going to be, that's going to change so many aspects of your life. You're going to end up in a completely wrong job, and you're going to wonder why you're having problems with your job. You could end up in just bad situations. With the wrong friends, you're going to have a group of friends that's based off a false version of yourself. Remember, false friends fall through. So if you're changing yourself or not being your authentic self to remain in a relationship with someone, that's not good. You can't be afraid to be your true self. You can't be afraid to speak your truth. That's the world's. It's hard because truth destroys prison walls. Truth destroys prison walls, and a lot of people can't take it and they push back. That's okay. That's just where they're at. We can't force anything. We're not trying to force anything. You know what I mean? People are ready when they're ready. All you can do is put it out there. Put out what you want to say. Put the truth out there. And whoever's ready for it is ready for it. And maybe down the road, other people will be ready for it. That's all you can do. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to share your story or your perspective. Everybody has something to teach, and everybody has something to learn. Right? In the Law of One, they talk a lot about teach, learning, learn, teaching as one of the main primary principles of this reality, of getting to the one infinite creator. That's all there is. It's such a high book. If you guys have not read the Law of One, those interviews, they're amazing. And he talks a lot about the one infinite creator and everything we do, good or he even talks about it, good or bad. Even if someone we would see as negative or bad, they're still working toward the one infinite creator. They're just doing a different route. They're still going toward God. They're just doing it in a route of selfishness and working for selves instead of working for others. It's wild. So we're all one. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean, I can be bad now. Not quite, because you're going to have bad karma. Your life's going to be very hard. You know what I mean? Unless you're on the very powerful side. I don't know. They supposed to still get karma. I don't know why they wouldn't. You know what I mean? Can transcend. That's it. We're on the third density. That's the human. Not to take it up too high. We're on the third density is what this physical reality is called. Everything on this reality, right? Third density is the state of being. So humans are third density. Animals are second density. Plants are first. And the goal is to ascend our consciousness to get the fourth density, which is the dimension of love, I think, or something like that. A density of love or wisdom. One of those two. So we are on the precipice of taking this world to the higher level and seeing a profound increase in consciousness, and it's going to be a magnificent thing that we're alive here, and we are alive here for the purpose of adding to this increased energy and the flow of the divine on planet Earth. So thank you for being here.